Oh, what's up?
What is up?
We just wanted to give you guys an update on what we've been up to lately.
Yeah, it's been too long since we just kind of spoke directly to the camera. Been posting a lot of stills and stuff like that, and hope you guys have been getting a kick out of that. But I know it's important to get on here and speak directly to you guys.
Hope you like the latest poster for the film.
That's right.
Film.
Yeah, we just dropped
Magnificent Mendez.
That's right. We just dropped the first kind of official poster for the Magnificent Mendez. I'm sure some of you guys have seen the teaser poster. It's got a similar vibe. You got the stars and stuff like that, and the clapperboard with some blood splattered on it. Kind of gives you a hint of some aspects of the film. But we added I'm on it with Edelweiss, and Chris is there with his gun. But we still have the starry sky. And for those who have seen the film, it's not too many yet because we haven't been fully released yet, and we'll get to that in a second. But for those who are at that exclusive screening and have seen the film, or if you worked on it, why we chose the stars.
And some more people are going to get a chance to see it tomorrow, by the way.
That's right, because our alma mater, Full Sail University, has invited us to screen the Magnificent Mendez at the state-of-the-art dub stage, and we're so excited about that.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a full circle moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Going back.
Full circle back to Full Sail.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cool going back to the old stomping grounds, not only kind of reminiscing, but seeing how far the school's come, because even while we're there, the school's constantly evolving, and I'm very proud. We're both very proud to be Full Sail alumni. What we learned there.
But it's going to be a lot of fun, going back and meeting some of the students, maybe do some Q&A or some of the wisdom that we've acquired over the years, stuff like that.
Yeah, just cool. Our personal take on life after film school and what worked for us, what didn't. And
I think also they're gonna appreciate a lot of the nuances in this film, in the Magnificent Mendez.
That they will. I mean, like we talked about before, the Magnificent Mendez. You know us. It's a Brothers Nunez experience, and we don't want to compromise on what that means for what it's worth. But we always like to keep film, and we like to keep films accessible. That's part of our thing, that even though we always have these deep layers in our movies, we like to keep them as accessible as possible. But we always have these layers, and the students over at Full Sail and the faculty, those are the types of people that are going to see some of those layers and appreciate some of the things that we do with the film.
A big part of the film, the backdrop of the film, is the film business.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's a thriller, and there's like mystery and intrigue and action, all that kind of stuff. But we do touch on the film business in it. We praise some things, we make fun of some things.
Yeah.
We criticize some things in our business.
Yeah, we did talk about kind of the state of affairs a little bit, maybe things that we've run into. But the thing about it that we didn't want to do was make it the center of the film. Like, the movie itself is basically a universal story. It's something that anybody should be able to relate to, hopefully. Yeah. And that was our intent, to make something, whether you're in the business or not, whether you care about how movies are made or not, like the movie in itself is like a universal tragedy.
Yeah, it's not center stage. It's a backdrop.
Yeah.
So,
but that being said, there are some things in there in that backdrop that people who are in the industry are gonna notice and think. There's like little Easter eggs that I think they'll catch on.
Completely out of the business, but interested in some cool BTS kind of stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
See how movies are put together. So in the film, you do see some details about how to put a movie together and stuff like that.
And it's funny because one of the
because the film is about movie producers.
Yeah. But the advice that we got a lot, in film school was, don't make a movie about making movies. Just don't do that. Avoid that. It's not about making movies. That's what I want to. And we avoided the subject of being meta as far as filmmaking is concerned for a long time. And then the reason why we got to the point where we're going to use this as a backdrop is, number one, where we're at in our careers right now. and what we've seen over the years.
Yeah, some of the stuff with AI that's coming out.
Yeah, those types of things, and then you know what's coming out, you know what's being made, and what's becoming, in our opinion, unfortunately popular as far as different kinds of movies. But
some of the standard operating procedure is becoming formalized. I'm not really jiving with stuff like that. But you know, also we're also inspired by a S. Scott Fitzgerald novel called The Last Tycoon.
Yeah, and even before that was we've been going back to a lot of Shakespeare. We've always loved Shakespeare, but I would say in the last 4 or 5 years we've really have dove even deeper into Shakespeare. And something that Shakespeare did a lot was he got meta with theater. You know, he had lines in there like. Life is like a player strutting across the stage, and those kinds of lines where he's
from Macbeth, Hamlet, things like that.
You know, in Hamlet, he literally puts on a play to try to see how his uncle reacts. You know, he was like reenacting his father's murder to see his uncle reacts, to see, you know, to try to get that, to make sure that
per se, but he, you know, a scenario that
was similar,
kind of trigger him to see. Because he wasn't 100% sure. He could have been crazy. If you remember Hamlet, his father's ghost visits him, and he says that his father, that his uncle killed him. So but then he's thinking, am I crazy? Is it a fucking like demon or something?
So he wanted to put on a play and see how his uncle would react to it. Yeah. But the point is that he would be very cleverly meta with the idea of theater.
It's kind of cool because it does show insight to that period of theater, and it does show his passion for theater too, putting it in there, you know.
True that.
So that's a similar reason why we wanna.
So that, and also he mentioned the last Tycoon, because we picked up Fitzgerald, and I just got dove deep into Fitzgerald again. So I read, you know, The Great Gatsby again, and then I picked up before I even picked up the book, I'd heard about it a long time ago. Yeah. We rediscovered the De Niro film, which is
the show is great too.
And we also watched the show on Prime, which is fucking amazing with Kelsey Grammer.
Highly recommended
both of those.
So, and after I saw the old film, the older film, with De Niro,
it was interesting how they were similar and how they were different in its portrayal. But we saw those and were inspired, and then I picked up the book because they ended up editing it.
Were you surprised too? You were surprised too when Jack Nicholson pops up in that movie?
No, I was. That was actually...
Like, wait, what? He's in this?
That's actually one of Nicholson's best performances.
Beautiful performance.
And De Niro obviously was fucking master in that, and the director was fucking great. But
bunch of great actors.
But it inspired us, and we kind of started coming up with this idea. Of course, we wanted to, you know, put our spin on it, so we transplanted it to Miami. So it's going to be a tragedy, a Shakespearean style tragedy. We're bringing some mythology into this.
What was that Godard film that we saw?
Oh man, it's slipping my mind right now.
You know, because
but I'm gonna put it in the comments or in the description. But there's a Jean-Luc Godard film that really inspired us too. That like
Murnau.
F.W. Murnau's in it.
He plays himself in the movie. It takes place in a studio.
It's a trippy movie. It's a trippy movie. That kind of inspired us too.
But that was another inspiration as well.
I love Godard. But we started outlining this film. This is like maybe, I don't know. And forgive I know we're already up to like 9 minutes in this freaking video, and we're kind of meandering a little bit, but to talk a little bit about the history of Mendez, since we're on that topic, and how we, you know, it came about. We started outlining it. You know, this is like 3 or 4 years ago.
A play we're doing called Catharsis. I don't know. Right. Some of you have seen it, of course.
Well, we actually outlined that. I don't know if you remember, bro. Like 3 years ago.
Oh, of course.
And then we dusted off and kind of like...
No, but when we decided, that was the next thing after the play. I'm saying, not when we came up with the idea, but when we decided this is what we're going to do next. Coming off of that play.
Yeah. And it's a pretty cool story how it happened. It's just a matter of, you know, friends and colleagues, networking. That's how it is. You know, everybody's in the business knows how it is. And an actor
in the play introduces to an investor, an executive producer.
Yeah, an actor producer who we've worked with for a long time.
I'm gonna name drop him, William Fernandez.
Yeah, and he's
a legend in Broadway and
right.
also now in film. He's doing a lot of great things in the film industry.
Yeah,
and he was hanging around when we're doing rehearsals for the play,
which is a little bit daunting because you got this guy that's done all these crazy big Broadway productions, and he's there watching us do this.
So he was hanging around because he actually for a couple of the rehearsals we actually did it in his apartment building.
Yeah, he was kind enough to let us go there and do that.
Go to his club room.
Because our partner and our good friend Chris Diaz, who's in this film, Mendez. He kind of set that up, and we started rehearsing out there.
And he was kind of hanging out and stuff like that. And eventually, the topic came up. He was like, would you guys be able to do a film in this time period for this amount? And
this is after we were brought on to help kind of get another film that Chris was working on with Renee, who's in the film as well, Renee Lavan. You might know that name. And we were working on that film too. Willie produced that film, and we kind of brought in to kind of finish it and polish it and get it over the finish line in post production. And then we did the play, and Willie was there, and then Willie, like you said,
"Can you do this film for this amount in this
amount of time?" And
I know it's hard, but. Not everyone can do that, and we were like, we can do that.
We can.
You have a script, you have a thing. We were like, we pitched it to him, and he liked it.
Yeah.
But then after we left, we were like, fuck.
Now we had to make this thing. No, but then
the script isn't even really done. It's done, but we're like, we gotta do another.
We gotta go back and polish it up and tighten it up. And we did that,
and we break it down and stuff for that budget.
And it was lightning fast. I'm talking we did the script. So we had, that meeting, those initial first, kind of pre-pro meetings with him, started, hashing out the paperwork and all that crap. And then we had we started casting almost immediately. And then we had our table read, I think in late August or something. And then by...
Sometime in September, man.
Early September or something like that, And then it was done. The movie, we shot it in about, I think it was 9 or 10 days.
Yeah, 10 days total.
And then we spent another 3 weeks.
9.5.
Yeah, we spent 3 weeks in post-production, which again is lightning fast. And then we did an initial exclusive screening, and
then we went back and tweaked some of the
tweaked some things, tightened it up,
edit a little bit,
polished things up here and there technically with the film, and got it to a point I think where it's at now, which we're very proud of.
We see a lot of positive feedback, and that inspired us a lot.
It was mostly positive. Yeah,
so a lot of times, that's when I even want to
see what you can do
make sure what else can we do. I get even more motivated.
So
when people are like, "Oh, that was great," I'm like, "Oh shit, damn, okay." Then you start looking at it again, and you're like, "But it can be better."
It can be better. Yeah.
So we did some nothing crazy, but we went back and we perfected it and stuff like that. So the film that. Tomorrow, the Full Sail students are going to watch.
Basically, to clear up.
Let me finish.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The film that the Full Sail students are going to watch is going to be pretty polished. It's going to be the one that's going to go out to the distributor.
Exactly. The one that's going to be in the deliverables and everything. It's going to be the film that the Full Sail students are going to be able to watch tomorrow.
Yeah.
But to clear up, basically, Willie financed the film. He was our patron.
Yeah.
He from the ground up, basically. Greenlit the
and
film.
If you don't know who that is, Google him. William Fernandez.
Yeah, he's
Pulitzer Prize winner.
He's
but he's a legend, but he's a great guy.
Yeah,
fantastic guy. And
he's done it all, right?
Yeah.
So he's at a stage in his life. He's like, I kind of want to give back. I want to give opportunities to people who maybe don't have that many opportunities. And
he kind of like what we're kind of doing. He's like, that's kind of cool.
He's like,
it's kind of a Hispanic story.
Cuban Americans in Miami, and it's authentic Miami.
Yeah.
They're planning on shooting in Miami and completely and casting Miami actors and doing all this stuff and he saw something in the project and in us, and then he greenlit it, and then here we are. And then tomorrow we're gonna be able to share this film with some of the students in Full Sail, and I hope that that they first off enjoy the movie as a piece of entertainment, but maybe I hope that they're also inspired by it, and that they're inspired by our story, and what what we were able to do.
We're gonna go more into detail about the production of the film, in other videos, but we just wanted to
let's give a quick update.
We don't get on video enough.
It's a lot
a lot of smart and wise people that know a lot about. Social media promotion, that kind of stuff. They're like, why are you guys not more on video?
Guys, you need to get on camera. You need to talk to people. Because after a while it gets old. It does. Just seeing.
And I understand where they're coming from, because people want to, connect. They want more than just a profile posting stuff. And I understand. That's
some film logo. They don't want that. And we've always been about authenticity. You talk to anybody that knows us personally, whether it's in the ad world where we're doing a promotional work and all that, or in narrative film.
So we're gonna try to be on video a little bit more,
Yeah. So hold us to it. Remind us. It's like, hey, when's the next video coming out? But yeah, guys. So
we have a lot of BTS. I mean, not a whole lot, but we have enough to edit a couple more than just clips. We can actually put together some decent short BTS docs, maybe.
And we're gonna go into more detail into like our process, and we'll split it up because we wore multiple hats on this.
But we'll explain how we put the movie together and stuff like that.
So as producers, breaking down the script, scheduling,
what we did, breaking down what we did, the scheduling, what team did we get, because we're working with a much smaller budget than that most people would be comfortable with. So we have experience working with lower budgets, and we're gonna explain how we did it. How we were able to put it together.
And that being said, the fact that it's relatively a lower budget, but the fact that it came from one man, pretty much out of pocket. That's still you can't count that out. So it was a miracle in a lot of ways. And I keep telling him, he gets tired of it. He was like, yo man, thanks for everything. I tell him that as much as I can.
It would not be possible without him. And we're very grateful for him.
But the reality is that
and having him around, giving me advice.
Of course, And he was always there on set, and
he's a hard worker.
And also
he shows up every day.
Him being who he is, just him being there. Willie Fernandez, him being there, people look, oh, okay, this is, it's kind of legit,
So that's another thing. That's a lot, because, it's great to have him there backing it, because then people are like, oh, I know who that is. I would love to work with you guys. Where normally they'd be like a little more like.
And also sometimes on a smaller film, maybe we got to move a little faster. Maybe we're doing a couple extra setups that you wouldn't normally do on.
We can't explain too. We can't say, okay, this is why we're doing this. We don't have time, and people just have to just trust in the process. Man, it's fun,
Particularly people who haven't worked with us, because we try to bring in as many people that have worked with us and have fought that kind of battle before. But yeah, man. So we're screening the film, and we're very excited, and also. We're gonna have news soon on the release. Of the film.
It's very close.
The news of where it's gonna be and where it's gonna live, and I'm very excited to share that with you. Once that's finalized and everything, we're gonna do a video on that. And like I said, we're gonna talk about how what our idea was directing the Magnificent Mendez. I'm in the film, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about the acting process and that kind of thing.
So there's gonna be an opportunity to watch it in a theater again. In the near future, so that's gonna be there, especially in South Florida.
For sure.
Possibly other places, but definitely South Florida. And of course, it's gonna be a digital release, so any major platforms, you're gonna be able to see it. So can't wait to share more about that.
Can't wait for more of you guys to see the Magnificent Mendez, and can't wait to give you more info on what we're working on next, which we're very excited to.
And if you have any. Questions? How many days did it take to shoot? How'd you do that? I'm more than happy to
tell us what you want us to talk about. What are you curious about? Like that, when it comes to filmmaking and in Miami and all that stuff, and making films outside of Hollywood and not even in the hot cities like ATL and New York, and not that I would never work in those places. I would love to one day, but
Well, I mean, filmmaking was invented in New York, so.
it was, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you know, like
Well, yeah, Atlanta, Louisiana.
sticking around in South Florida,
New Orleans, Atlanta.
you know, it's to a point where, and this is a whole other conversation.
The whole incentive thing.
Yeah. There's not that many films happening or being made, so it's kind of cool being among the few that actually
it's cool.
100% made in Miami, filmed on location and in a studio in Miami. So
So hiring Miami actors, crew, and being 100% authentic, you know. So
we had the opportunity to be able to do that.
That's been our mission. That's why we didn't go to New York. That's why we didn't go to LA. We wanted to see what we can do back home first and see if we can make something out of this business in Miami.
That's right.
So it's been, you know, it's been awesome being able to do that, you know.
So anyway, we're gonna, you know, kind of document the whole thing tomorrow, and we're very excited.
The screening.
The screening at Full Sail.
Yeah.
So
and we're gonna make more videos about how we made the making of the Magnificent Mendez.
And we'll see you soon, guys. In the meantime, stay posted, and here we go.